welcome to my channel. So I'm back with another story time, and hi, my name is Noemi. Just in case if you're new, welcome to my channel. So here we tell all kinds of stories, scary stories, drama stories. So if you're into that, please stay and subscribe to my channel, and let's just get started. So today's story is actually inspired by another YouTuber. I love her, okay? I truly love her stories. And if you're gonna watch anyone that I recommend, I would recommend you watch Nikki Glamour first, okay? Just first watch this video and then you can watch her. But her stories are really cool. She does have all kinds of stories, so I definitely recommend you to watch her. But she does have this specific story on her channel, and this one's about, I'm just gonna tell the main point of the story. I'm not gonna tell the whole thing, just in case you want to go watch her video, which I recommend. But in her story, she tells about a time when she was working at this place, and they had this freezer, and in this freezer she kind of noticed that her coworkers, they were doing some like naughty stuff, okay? Like they were doing some things there. And it kind of made me think, okay? Like that's pretty much like the story. I kind of started thinking, like that happened to me. And it's so funny because I was like, is this really a thing? Like, do people do stuff in the freezer? Like I was just thinking about it. And you know what? It does make perfect sense because there's no cameras in the freezer. There's no cameras in the walk-in, like at all. So you could pretty much do whatever you want there. You shouldn't, but you can. But this story did happen to me, and I kind of want to share this story and, kind of just talk about it. So, before we start, I am gonna be drinking throughout my video, and I have some rosé. So, if you want to drink with me or anything you want, go get them, and let's just get started. This story takes place when I was working at Sonic. And I have mentioned this before, there's a lot of stories. Go watch him. But I do have a lot of stories about Sonic. And this one in particular, I was working at Sonic for, I want to say like 3 months or maybe 4 months, when a new guy arrived. And I remember that we started talking because at Sonic, it's, I guess, really traditional to skate. So the car hops, the people who take out the food outside, they normally roller skate. Back then, when like, I guess when like Sonic opened, that was your big thing, that the servers take out your food in roller skates. And it's just really cool, I guess, environment or whatever. But they did ask me this when I was interviewed. They asked me if I could roller skate, and it's not like it's gonna affect you. I mean, if you can roller skate, I mean, perfect, like they're gonna love you. But if you can't, like me, because I'm like super clumsy, like it doesn't matter. You're still gonna get hired no matter if you could roller skate or not. But this guy, I remember that he could roller skate, and I thought that that was so cool because, first of all, I can't roller skate, okay? Like, again, I am super clumsy, so it's like, so I thought it was really cool that he could. So that's how our conversation started off. It started off because he could roller skate, and I kind of started talking to him because of that and ask him questions like, are you good? And like, how'd you start roller skating? And like all those like questions. And he told me he was like really good and like all this stuff, right? And I just thought it was really cool. And we kind of started, talking a little bit more, getting to know each other, and asking typical questions like, how long have you been working here? Do you have a boyfriend? Like stuff like that, okay? Like we're kind of talking, kind of like friends, you could say. It was completely normal. It was a normal conversation, and we just started talking more and more. And he ends up telling me that he is in a long-term relationship and that he wants to get married with this girl and is super serious. And honestly, I was happy for him. I was like, that's really good. I'm happy for you. Tell him the same thing, that I'm in a relationship as well and that I'm very happy. And, like that's it. We kind of just talk a little bit. And then one day, I don't think I was there, but one of my friends, he tells me like, "Hey, guess what?" And I was like, "What? Like, what happened?" And we're just gonna name the guy, the new guy. We're gonna name him Keith. So he tells me, Keith, the guy that could roller skate, just fell off his roller skates. And I was like, what? Like, what happened? And he was like, well, he put on his roller skates and he was gonna go out and take an order. And I guess he had of a tray full of food. And I don't know, I guess it was too like difficult to handle the food and roller skate at the same time that he ended up falling, and like the food was everywhere and they had to remake the order and it was like a big thing. And I was like, no way. So I kind of took that and kind of started making fun of him and, hey, haha, like I thought you said you were good at roller skating and all this stuff. And he was like, I am, but it's just difficult to carry food and roller skate at the same time. It just takes practice. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Throughout the days, we started talking more, and like I mentioned, normal conversations. Then he kind of started hitting on me. Like, first it wasn't like too bad. It was things like, oh, you look nice today, or you look pretty today. And like I would say thank you. And then things started escalating and he would tell me like, oh, your butt looks good. And I'm like, okay, like I get it. Like, I'm pretty, I'm pretty, I guess. But you don't have to tell me that my butt looks good. Or, no, like I don't want to hear that. Just a pretty is appreciated, but that's it, right? It was just kind of awkward. So when he started like making those type of comments, I told him, I was like, you know what? It's kind of awkward. You tell me these things. I have a boyfriend. You have a girlfriend. I don't think we should do this, Like, we could be friends, but no, that's it. Like, no more than just friends. So he ends up telling me like, oh, like I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. I just, I was telling you that you look pretty, and I was like, I understand. It's just making comments that are making me feel uncomfortable. So, like, please stop. So he kind of was like, okay, understanding. So everything was fine. The next day in our lunch, he tells me, hey, do you want to go to a taco place that it's really good? And I looked at him and I was like, what did we talk about? And he was like, no. Like, I promise you, it's strictly friendship. I want to take you because I want to apologize. And, I would just want to talk a little bit more and apologize for my behavior. And I told him, okay, like a fool, I fell for it. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'll give you a chance. Let's go eat. Let's go get lunch, right? So ended up getting lunch. So we went to this taco place and we got our food and we got into the car and we started driving back to Sonic. And he then tells me that he's starting to like me. He kind of wants to know if I like him like that or if we could do anything. And I told him, I was like, I thought we were past this. Like, I told you already that I don't want any of that. I have a boyfriend. You have a girlfriend. I don't know why you're coming after me and telling me that you're suddenly falling in love with me. And no, I was like, I'm sorry. I told you before, no. So he kind of like he was kind of sad, and he kind of just like, okay, fine, like whatever. So we got our food, we got to Sonic, and that's it. He kind of like just left me, and I was like, fine, like whatever. I'm just gonna give him his time and just let him be, right? And girl, here is where the freezer part comes in. So I'm gonna, I first need a drink before we get into that messy situation. Okay, so at the beginning of my video, I did talk about a freezer. Well, I call it a walk-in just because a walk-in is kind of like a refrigerator, a big refrigerator. And then inside the walk-in, you have a door and it's the freezer. So to me, I know it as a walk-in. So this walk-in is at the very back of the restaurant. So of course, I mean, I mentioned this a lot of times, but you have your front, you have your drive-through area, your car hop, and then you keep going forward, you have your kitchen, and then you keep going forward, you have your office, and then at the very, very end, you have your walk-in. So this walk-in, like I said, there's no cameras. There's no cameras in the walk-in or in the freezer. So it's really easy to do stuff there, okay? But it's cold, okay? So I recommend a jacket. But anyways, one day I think I needed strawberries. I think I needed strawberries for a drink or for like the strawberry limeade or something like that. Strawberries are in the walk-in. So I told my manager, whoever was in charge, like, hey, I'm gonna go get some strawberries, so I'm gonna go to a walk-in. I'll be back. And they tell me, okay. And this day Keith was there working with us, and like he was doing his thing, and I was like, okay, I have to go get strawberries. So I started walking to the back of the restaurant towards the walk-in. And I go in, I open the door, and I'm inside, and I had to open like boxes. I don't know why they didn't open them, but I had to open boxes and, look for the strawberries. And then all of a sudden, I hear the door open, and I look, and guess who was there? Keith, of course. And Keith comes in and he tells me, hey, like, what are you doing? And I tell him, I'm here getting strawberries. Like, do you guys need me? Like, I thought it was like, I guess an emergency, maybe they needed me, maybe it got super busy and they needed me. So I tell him, like, do you guys need me? And he tells me, no, we're good. I just wanted to talk to you. And girl, again, I was like, yeah, like, what's up? And this guy, okay, he gets closer to me, he walks close to me, and he gets super close to me, okay? And to the point that he didn't like grab me, but he was so close that I was against the freezer door, and he was like right here, and he looks at me and he tells me, can I have a kiss? And I look at him, okay? And I was just so in shock, okay, that he like had me super close to the freezer door, and he kind of just had me like pinned there. And then he asks me, can I have a kiss? And I look at him and I tell him no. And then he tells me, please, like, can I please have a kiss? Just one kiss. And I look at him and I was like, no. So, girl, I don't know what came up to me, okay? I don't know what happened, but I was just like, kind of just like moved him with my shoulder. I was like, like move, like what? And I moved him and he kind of just like moves away, and I just like run. I book it out of there, okay? I was like, no, like I am not dealing with this. So I'm like over here kind of just like hyped up, you know, kind of just like breathing hard and like I don't know, like I was just all these emotions were kind of running through me. And my manager, he looks at me, and he wasn't the general manager, but he was one of the managers. He asked me what's wrong, and I told him what happened in the walk-in, and he looks at me, he's like, no way. And I was like, yes. Like he tried to kiss me, and he had me almost like pinned to the door, and I had to put like not push him but like move him so I could leave, right? And he tells me like, that's crazy, please don't get close to him, like just stay away from him as far as you can. And I told him like, okay, like that's fine. And then that's it. I think I went home. I don't think I closed. I think I was staying there for like an hour more, and then I went home. And the next day, the next day he wasn't there. He was gone. And it was weird. I was like, what happened to him? Like all of a sudden, one day he tries to kiss me, and the next day he's like completely gone. And I start talking to my general manager, and I ask him like, hey, like what's up with Keith? Like all of a sudden he's gone. And girl, listen to this, okay? He tells me, yeah, you didn't know? And I was like, what? Well, he ended up getting engaged to his girlfriend, and they're gonna get married in within like a week or less. And I look at him and I was like, no way. Are you kidding me? He's like, no, like I'm being serious. Like he's gonna get married, and that's why he is taking time off, because he's gonna get all the wedding planned and all of that situation, and he's gonna get married in within like 1 week, okay? So it's going by real quick. And I kind of just like, what? And to be honest, I didn't tell my general manager what happened in the walk-in. I didn't tell anyone except one of the managers. It felt like he left all of a sudden, that it was weird, you know, like he wasn't there, so it was like no point for me to tell my general manager, so that's why I didn't tell him. But it was kind of shocking to me that one day he wanted to make out in the walk-in, and the next day he ends up getting married to this girl. And it was just so like, what? Like, are you kidding? Did you just want to like one last fling, I guess, before you got married? But no. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but no. Like, me? No. No. I just thought it was so weird that all of a sudden he just changes his mind and he left. But that's my story. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and please subscribe, like my channel, and thank you so much for watching.